Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about lemon water for weight loss. How it can help you lose weight, whether it really helps a lot, how to do it the right way to get better results, and what precautions you should take. Stick around until the end, you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you if you've ever used lemon water at any point to lose weight, how you did it, how much you used, and what your results were. I would love to see your comment. Go ahead and like the video, that's really important to me, and it helps me a lot here on YouTube. And if you know someone who wants to lose weight, share this video with them. Let's spread this chain of kindness. When we think about lemon water, it's already a drink that many people have on an empty stomach to lose weight. And it really can make a lot of sense because of several things it can help with in our bodies. The first of these is the cephalic effect that happens when we consume lemon water, especially first thing in the morning. This cephalic phase of digestion is closely related to everything that happens in our mouth, and the acidic taste of the citric acid present in lemon interacts with certain receptors on our taste buds, sending signals in our body to the brainstem. So this vagal reflex stimulates the activation of the vagus nerve even before the water reaches the stomach, increasing the secretion of saliva, which is rich in ptyalin and gastrin, and improving the secretion of certain enzymes. And there's also a very important aspect, which is specific sensory modulation. This acidic contrast that happens in our mouth first thing in the morning helps stimulate and cleanse the taste buds, which may reduce the urge to seek dopamine through sugary foods early in the day. Many people who drink lemon water in the morning say that they already feel this refreshing sensory stimulus and report that as days go by, they have less desire to eat sweet foods and experience less craving for sweets. This is a very interesting fact. Have you ever felt that? Another interesting detail is the role that the pH of this lemon water can have on our gastric juice. We know that lemon water has a more acidic pH because of the citric acid, because of the acid from the lemon, and this triggers the activation of enzymes. And this more acidic environment favors the conversion of pepsinogen into pepsin, optimizing the breakdown of proteins. This, in itself, is already very interesting for the digestive process. Now, there's also the issue of signaling by volume, because when we drink a large amount of lemon water in the morning, we get a distension of the stomach wall that activates mechanoreceptors, which send satiety signals to the hypothalamus, reducing mechanical hunger. In other words, people who start drinking lemon water in the morning tend to eat less at the next meal, which helps control calorie intake and, as a result, supports a caloric deficit that can also contribute to weight loss. There is also the beneficial effect of lemon water on the liver. We know that vitamin C is an essential cofactor for the synthesis of glutathione, an antioxidant that is very important for our liver. This supports the liver's natural detoxification system that we already have in our bodies and helps process metabolic toxins with less oxidative damage to liver cells. So it greatly helps liver health in a complementary way. And a liver with less oxidative stress has better insulin sensitivity, which also helps improve the release of glucose into the blood. So, in a complementary and synergistic way, improving liver health can also help support better blood sugar control. But lemon water may additionally have a kind of preloading effect on blood sugar regulation itself, acting through a different mechanism. This cellular hydration helps because dehydrated cells are less sensitive to insulin. I even have a video on the channel where I talk more about the role of water in blood sugar control. So, when we hydrate ourselves first thing in the morning, you improve the fluidity of the cell membrane and facilitate the entry of glucose into the cell, which helps improve blood sugar levels, so it really helps with blood glucose in the plasma. And when we occupy the thirst and taste receptors with lemon water, you eliminate that hunger caused by thirst, which is when the brain confuses hydration with hunger. These receptors are very close together in our brain, so sometimes we get confused. Am I hungry or am I thirsty? So, when we manage to stimulate and then satisfy the thirst signal properly, we can improve our perception of whether what we're feeling is actually hunger or not, which can help us make better food choices throughout the day. And obviously, by making better food choices, we will also be able, in a complementary way, to help contribute to better blood sugar levels. There's also a very interesting detail, which is that when we wake up, we have a higher secretion of cortisol. This is physiological, right? Everyone will have a cortisol peak in the morning because our brain is signaling that we need to wake up, get up, live life, leave that more relaxed state we were in. And cortisol naturally rises in the morning. But an interesting detail is that dehydration is interpreted by our body as an additional stress. So when we keep our body consistently better hydrated, we may actually help reduce excessive cortisol release. This allows the system to secrete only what is strictly necessary, effectively avoiding that additional overstimulation typically caused by the physical stress of chronic dehydration. So adding it at this moment especially is really interesting. There's also another beneficial effect for the digestive tract, actually, to help prevent constipation and improve intestinal flow, which is due to the gastrocolic reflex that happens at this time. In the morning, when we wake up, our stomach is empty, right? We've spent several hours fasting. So when the lemon water reaches the digestive tract, it can help to further stimulate intestinal peristalsis and send a clear signal to the colon to empty. By actively stimulating peristalsis, the natural contraction of the intestine, it promotes regular bowel movements and helps in preventing constipation. Therefore, incorporating this habit can be a truly beneficial effect for your overall digestive health. Some people report that they have better results with warm water, especially because they find it easier to drink warm water first thing in the morning, or at least water at room temperature, which is closer to our physiological temperature. There are other people who say they can only do it with cold water, so it really depends on your individual tolerance and what works best for you. Tell me down below if first thing in the morning you prefer water at room temperature or really cold. So we see that lemon water in the morning can help various organs and systems in our body. And we can see that this also plays a role in weight loss, because when you improve liver function, when you improve blood sugar control, you improve the metabolic and hormonal aspects, you reduce insulin spikes, which can, as a complement, help in the weight loss process. In the same way, the digestive process, the intestines working better, helps with nutrient absorption and, of course, reduces bloating, because you'll avoid excessive constipation and that fermentation that often happens to people. Of course, we need to make a note here that lemon water can help you with these issues, but it's not going to work miracles. So there's no point in drinking lemon water in the morning and thinking that's going to give you a free pass to eat a whole tray of lasagna or a big tub of ice cream. It is essential to remember that maintaining a well-organized and balanced diet throughout your day is key. Additionally, staying consistent with physical exercise is vital. Incorporating at least some form of intentional physical activity into your daily routine is important for long-term health. Sleeping well, avoiding alcohol, and avoiding cigarettes are also very important strategies for weight loss. In fact, I want to invite you to check out my weight loss playlist and my healthy recipes. I'll leave the links for them down below in the description. A lot of people want to know how much to consume, right? Even to avoid problems. Because since lemon water is acidic, some people may experience tooth or stomach sensitivity or even esophageal issues due to this excessive acidity. So usually about 1 to 2 cups of water plus the juice of half a lemon, so it's really well diluted. And you can drink this as soon as you wake up in small sips throughout the morning, preferably before breakfast. Be careful with the acid because it can affect your teeth. If you have a lot of tooth sensitivity, you can drink it with a straw. And remember not to brush your teeth right after consuming it, okay? Because it will make your tooth enamel more sensitive and can have an abrasive effect. Regarding gastritis and reflux, some people tolerate it well and some people don't. So if it doesn't work well for you, you don't have to do it. You can just drink plain water. Remember that what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for everyone. We don't have a one-size-fits-all recipe for everyone in the world. It would be nice if we did. So the main thing is really to listen to our own bodies and see what works for us. If you have any health condition, or if you're unsure whether you should consume it or how much to consume, talk to your doctor or your nutritionist in your city. Remember that this video is for informational purposes only. Do you have the habit of drinking lemon water? Are you going to start? Have you experienced any benefits? I'd love to see your comment. Leave a like on the video, that really helps me out, and share it with anyone who might enjoy it or needs it. Let's expand this chain of kindness. That's what I want here with the channel. See you next time. Bye.